chapters 181 through 190 of Bleach, which Lawrence has just read for the first time. Lawrence, how are you?
I'm doing swell. Another day.
All right. Let's start things off by talking about Volume 21's poem.
Mm-hmm.
Volume 21 is called Be My Family or Not, and its poem is Everything in this world exists to wear you down.
Damn, yeah, it's another deep but yet short poem. Can see how it relates to this volume as a whole and life in general. So yeah, definitely good stuff.
All right. So where we last left off, Aizen's betrayal was revealed. He escapes with Jin and Tosin, and the the last chapter we had ended with Rukia missing. What did you think of Rukia's missing mission?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like, I completely forgot about that whole aspect. That whole
Mm-hmm.
storyline about her killing. Technically speaking, murdering the Shiba family, like the brother. I forgot his name.
Kai and Shiba.
Kai and Shiba. Yeah. So that made complete sense that she would want to go to deal with that situation as soon as possible. Especially after that being a kind of a major like event and their encounter, like when she encountered Ganju while she was in prison. That was definitely a major moment, so it makes sense that she would want to clarify that situation.
Yeah. So they leave Soul Society. What did you think of the return to school? And real quick, I just need to grab some water, so I'm gonna mute my mic, but unplug my headphones.
All right. Yeah, so what I thought about the escape, it seems like they left all on good terms. They're buddies now with the Soul Reapers. They gave him the talisman or whatever, to identify himself and find hollows. So
Yeah, the substitute Shinigami badge.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, it was good to see the return back to the usual school shenanigans.
Nice to see all those friendly faces again.
Yeah, we're ratchet the tension down a little bit, and have some Orihime getting assaulted slightly by what's her name,
Chizuru.
Chizuru, and then the
Chizuru,
usual.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Tatsuki, of course, following quickly with the kick to the
Karate
face.
chop.
So karate, yeah. So back to the business as usual.
So we're at school, we get some shenanigans again, and then the substitute Shinigami badge starts ringing, gives it announced there's a hollow. They go and find a hollow who's yelling about food. They finish them quickly, but there's an observer.
Yeah.
What did you think in this moment when you have someone just standing in air?
Right. Definitely. I was definitely confused. You said that we've seen this character before.
Yes.
Where?
I'll get to that in a moment. So what were your thoughts on Shinji? Because he's introduced properly in the next chapter as the new transfer student at school.
Yeah, I mean he was one of the Soul Reapers that obtain like the hollowification powers by whatever means. I still don't know how that all works out without the secret thing that Aizen like stole from Rukia's body, but yeah, so it seems like he's like recruiting Ichigo because he's knows that he also has similar powers, and I still don't know. I think they call themselves wizards, I guess. Like that's what they were referred to earlier.
Vizards.
Wizards.
The idea is that it's a play on the word visor for the mask.
Oh, I see what you mean. Wizards. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Yeah, I'm still unsure whether or not they are good, bad, or kind of just in between, kind of indifferent, morally speaking. Yeah, I'm still waiting
Yeah.
to get that answer, but yeah, interesting twist for sure.
When Shinji shows up at school, there's some interesting foreshadowing that Kubo does there for
Mm,
later down the line. So, here's Shinji sneaking up behind Ichigo. I
hmm.
think this is a cool first appearance for
Yeah,
him in terms of like wielding his sword and with the necktie and school uniform and everything.
yeah,
So just this look at his haircut here,
yeah. His bowl
and
cut. It's like
we are
coconut head from Ned's Declassified. If you've seen that, if you catch that reference, but yeah.
we're gonna go back to this from chapter one, the cover spread from chapter one.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, when I said that there was somebody here who wouldn't reappear for like 180 chapters or something, it's Shinji because Shinji's right there to the right of Rukia, and for whatever reason, I guess he had the initial character model and just didn't have him reappear. Is what I'm
Yeah.
guessing. I don't know if he really planned the entire thing up to Shinji appearing at this point in time. It didn't really seem like it, but yeah, that's Shinji right there.
Oh, okay. Well, based on him being included in that spread, it seems like he's going to become an ally because like everyone else in those photos are like allies of Ichigo. So, I mean, I felt like it was kind of trending that towards that direction, anyways, with their conversation. But I'm curious to see whether he'll become an ally at the cost of like the Vizards because he disagrees with them, or if the Vizards turn out to be like not really that bad of a force at all, and then Ichigo's like, okay, I'll work with you guys if you help me figure out how to get these hollow powers under control and that they don't take me over.
Look, Lawrence, since when were you under the impression that Shinji wasn't there all along?
Well, I guess he was because
Yeah,
he's in the thing. So yeah, there we go.
since chapter one,
We
he's
got the
just been
answer.
there in
Yeah.
Arrancar Town. Um, so Uryu gets an attack of his own. What did you think of the Uryu fight and then him being saved by his father?
Or yeah, it was because he obviously after his fight with the 12th division captain, he he's assumed that he was lost his powers, which he kind of technically did speaking, but yeah, it was cool to see him kind of like try to still try his best to live up to his abilities. I mean, definitely hard to see
Yeah.
him not being able to like fully let go. Like he probably should have just like kept walking, but he's the type of guy that um you know won't believe won't believe things until he like sees it firsthand. Like he's not just gonna take like the fact that he supposedly lost his powers lying down. And it was yeah, it was cool definitely to see his father come and save him and kind of shift like Uryu's like thoughts on like what it on like being a Quincy, because he thought like his dad hated the Quincy's and he was like there's no money in it, blah blah blah. But then like once you broke down what he said to him, he was pretty much said like I don't see a future, I don't see the potential in you for it. And he was more just kind of saying like you're like he wasn't ready, like he like Uryu wasn't
Mhm.
ready for to take that task on, and he was kind of like waiting his time, but now it seems like he's like, oh well, I got to do something here, otherwise he's gonna like stupidly go out and just like get himself murdered by a hollow.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Interesting. I think this is this the first time that you're meeting Uryu's father, or is this the second
This
in
is
the
the
series?
second time, but
Okay,
because
yeah.
it was only in a flashback where there was a flashback earlier.
Right. When Uryu was a child.
Yeah, whenever he was a child, yeah.
Yeah.
While he was fighting the 12th division captain, there was a flashback.
Turning back the pendulum real quick. Uh, what did you think about Rukia not coming back with them? Was that a surprise, or was that kind of obvious to you?
I thought she was gonna come back, honestly, because
Why?
huh?
Why?
Uh like the only reason I thought she was gonna come back is because like I thought it was kind of inferred that she lost her Soul Reaper abilities, right? She doesn't have any. She can't get any back, or
No, the idea was that the Hogyoku was kind of siphoning them from her. So with the Hogyoku gone, they're going to naturally return.
okay, then that makes more sense why she would stay then. Because I mean, obviously, like
Mhm.
that's where she grew up. That's her home. She has like all her connections there. Um, I mean, the only one she's like particularly close to outside in the real world and on Earth is like Ichigo and Kon, I guess. Like those are her only two real.
Uh,
So it would make sense that she would
you're
want to.
saying Orihime and Chad and Uri aren't her friends? What about
I mean,
Keigo?
I don't think they've had like 30 minutes of conversation total
No,
between each
we
other.
have, but in the chapter before she leaves, we have that whole scene where she gets to have lunch with the other girls in her class, and they're all having fun, and then she's sad.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, from that perspective, yeah, I thought she would stay. The only reason I thought she would have gone is if she lost her Soul Reaper abilities, and then maybe she was like, okay, well, I guess if I'm not going to be able to like reclaim these, I might as well just like go and try to like live a normal life, and see how that goes. But and yeah, now that I know that she's going to get them back, it makes perfect sense that she would want to stay. All her friends and all her family are already there, barring the people I already mentioned.
Yeah. So while Ichigo is fighting Shinji, Khan is in Ichigo's body, and he gets attacked by a familiar face.
The Grand
What
Fisher Man.
were you expecting Grand Fisher to return?
I mean, obviously he was going to return.
Were you
Um,
expecting it to be this soon?
no, that was definitely a shock. Is Grand Fisher the one that murdered Ichigo's mom, or is that a different one?
Yes,
That's what I thought.
that's Grand
Okay,
Fisher. Yeah.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is this section of 10 chapters is full of payoff. We get Shinji reappearing, we get Grand Fisher
yeah.
returning, and we get the big reveal that Ishin seems to have Shinigami powers.
Yeah. See, no, this is a twist that I liked. Like,
Mhm.
compared, like this was a twist that there was subtly like growing in the background. Like, there was definitely some setup there. It was like, I don't know, there was definitely way more fun than the whole like Aizen and Jin like plot twist going on in the Soul
Soul
Society
Society.
arc. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I had a lot more fun with this twist for sure. Like, and it definitely makes sense why like Ichigo would have these like natural powers like gifted to him, and why his sisters, well, Karen mostly has like the ability to see all this the Soul Reapers and Hollows and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So it definitely makes everything like come full circle for me. So this is a twist I was like, okay, this is a fun one.
What did you think on Ishin taking out Grand Fisher?
Yeah, about time, man. You got get some retribution for the wife, and
Pretty satisfying.
yeah, it was definitely very satisfying.
So, what did you think about Ishin and Urahara talking together at all, but as well as talking about the Arrancar and the Vizards?
Yeah, it was good to get some more. Like anytime I get some like solid info in a Bleach chapter, I'm like happy. I
Mhm.
finally get like getting some like context. It was good to see. I guess old friends kind of linking up between Urahara and Ishin, and you got some background as to what Aizen's play long in the long run seems to be. Using his powers to soup up the Hollow's abilities to like to become Arrancars, and obviously the Grand Fisher seemed to be probably like his leading test subject that he wanted to like put out in the field to see like what their capabilities are against like your
Mhm.
strong Soul Reaper. So yeah, it was good to get that context, that background injected into the story. And yeah, I would definitely would like to see more of like the meeting of the minds between these two. I hope there's more of that for sure.
Yeah, get used to the term Arrancar because that's what you're gonna be seeing for a while.
Yeah, that's the only. This not. I'm not really technically spoiled on it, but I just know that there's an Arrancar arc at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the following day, Shinji and Ichigo talk further at school. Uh, Shinji fails to recruit Ichigo again, and then he's berated by Harako is her name. What did
Mm-hmm.
you think of Harako?
Yeah, definitely a
Or
lot quick.
sorry, Hiyori. I don't know why I said it wrongly.
Hiyori, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely a lot of a quicker trigger finger than Shinji for sure.
Hmm.
Very very bold, very brazen. Yeah, I mean, so interesting enough character. You got she obviously seems particularly motivated to get Ichigo on their side.
Hmm.
I don't really have a read as to whether or not she's like good or bad or whatever, but fun character for sure.
What did you think of Uryu resolving to no longer work with the Shinigami in order to regain his powers?
Yeah, so yeah, I'm definitely like have some questions on that in terms of like so that I guess that would include Ichigo. I assume that means that he wouldn't be able to do anything alongside him, which would definitely throw some wrench into the works in terms of that relationship. 1 second. Yep. Yeah, I'm talking that front right now.
Yeah. I guess I'll just speak for myself. Oh no, he's back. Hold on. All right, you're unmuted.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah.
All right, where were we at?
You were talking about are you giving up his associations with the Shinigami?
Yeah, I mean, I hope that I mean it's a bummer because I hope that doesn't impede his like relationship with Ichigo.
Mm.
Sounds like it will though. Um, I'm curious to see what Uryu's dad has like his plans in the long term. Is he like saying like limit associations because I just want the Quincy's to be off the radar completely, and I don't want I don't want you involved in that kind of like the potential for it to kind of like backfire and then him to be caught up with Soul Reapers in a bad way again, or is it the kind of thing where he's like plotting some sort of revenge on the Soul Reapers and uh he would like Uryu's help with it, and that's why he wants him to limit his connections on that with that group.
Well, it remains to be seen. We
Yeah.
Ichigo gets depressed as he tries to figure out what to do, and the chapters you read end with a crash landing in the human world that's detected by Soul Society, where two Arrancar arrive.
Huh, nice. Yeah, yeah. That's so those were Arrancar, those two things
Yeah,
that
from now on, when you see somebody with a hole, it means they're an Arrancar, and they're humanoid.
oh, okay.
Yeah, as
Yeah, I
long as
was
they're
wondering.
humanoid with a hole, they're Arrancar.
So I wasn't sure if they were Arrancar, if they were like another group of like the Vizards or something. So I was definitely yeah, but no, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah.
What are your expectations for the next 10 chapters? You're gonna hit chapter 200 tomorrow.
Uh oh yeah, I am in chapter 200 tomorrow. I guess my expectation is we're gonna get more of Ichigo and Shinji and Hiyori, with in terms of like that push and pull of whether or not he's going to join the Vizards or not. I'm sure we got something with the Arrancar arriving, some sort of confrontation there. And then also I think I remember there was a moment like the last Ichigo moment we saw. I can't remember if it was the Hiyori stuff or it was like Karen saying that I know you're a Soul Reaper, right? That happened in these 10?
Uh, I think it was Karen.
Karen, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm sure we're gonna get more with that in terms of like what his answer is to her because it seems like she's pretty resolute in her knowing. I mean, like she pretty much was like helping him like take out hollows when he was like underground or wherever he was, wherever you want to call it, the Soul Society stuff. So she obviously is like resolute in her stance, like she knows 100% that he's a Soul Reaper. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm definitely intrigued to see how that conversation goes.
All right. Well, you're gonna be finishing volume 22 tomorrow, Conquistadores, and starting volume 23. We'll have some more to talk about tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. Good stuff.
All right. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.
All right. Bye.